Hello and welcome to my channel. So I have been seeing a lot of content over the past few days about starting content, and you can think, well, everyone's trying to do content, everyone is talking about content. It makes sense to see that. And that's true. But for me, they've really resonated with me, and they've never resonated as much as they have now, because for the longest time, I have felt so convicted to start content, and not just any type of content, specifically YouTube. I wanted to start this channel a really, really long time ago. I can think back to, I want to say I can think back to 2020 during the pandemic. I just felt this really strong urge to start recording YouTube videos because there's so much I wanted to discuss, so much conversations I wanted to start, so much discourse I wanted to be a part of. And I felt that, I wasn't going to get that in my immediate circle. So I wanted to put it out on YouTube and really essentially find my tribe, find people who are interested in what I am interested in, find people who are passionate about discourse, about societal discourse, find people who challenge the status quo, find people who are not afraid to go a little deeper. And I really wanted to do this. So back in 2020, I set up a channel, right? So I set up the channel, I did the thumbnail, I did the banner, everything. Like, I was ready. But something kept holding me back. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't start. I'd have all these ideas, these things I wanted to do, but I just couldn't get there. So fast forward to the past 3-4 years, I've been doing so much traveling, and I have loved that. Traveling has really changed my life, and I'm not even exaggerating. And so I thought this would be such a great thing to bring to YouTube, to share with people, some of my experiences, as well as some of the lessons that I've learned, and really just trying to find a way to make travel more accessible for people, especially young African women who are ambitious, who are thriving, and who are just trying to do a little bit more and move beyond the status quo. So once again, I thought I should start a YouTube channel, but it stayed a thought, and I don't know, I just couldn't break through this barrier for some reason. This year being 2025, is when I really started to take it seriously, in the sense that now I had so many video ideas. There were so many things I wanted to talk about, so much discourse I wanted to be a part of, and conversations I wanted to be a part of. And I just thought I should start this YouTube channel. But this year, I was super serious about it, in the sense that I went out, and not just did I start a new channel, I started a new account, right? Once again, had the channel name, had the description, and I was ready. This time I went a little further though. I actually had all these video ideas, these topics that I wanted to discuss. And these were related to things that were happening around in society, or just that I was observing in my day-to-day. And I wanted to bring it for that deeper conversation. So I had the video ideas, I had scripts, I started drafting script, and then halfway through the year, I decided I'm really going to do this. I'm not holding back any longer, and I went out and I bought a camera. So I bought the Sony ZV-10 because, I did all my research. One thing about me, I will do the research. So I did my research, and I found that the Sony ZV-10 was the best camera for kind of a startup YouTuber. So I thought, okay, let me gear up. So I geared up, I got the camera, I got the mic, I got the lights, I got the tripods, literally everything that you need to start content. I went out and I bought it. This was in June of 2025. And from June 2025 up to as the date of recording, it is about the 1st of December. I just had this idea, right? It was, oh yeah, I've got everything, I'll start. And I just kept finding reasons not to start, right? Oh, I need a proper setup, I need this. But I had everything I needed. there was just something still holding me back. And it got to a point where, because I had shared this with all my friends, that, hey, I'm starting this channel. And my friends would ask me, how far with the channel, girl? When's the first video coming out? And I had all these excuses for them. And then I really had to sit down with it. And upon kind of seeing some of this content coming up about creating content, I had to sit down and dig deep and really ask myself what it is that was holding me back. And I realized it came to one simple but very powerful thing: fear. Yes, I was scared. I was scared as heck. And I was afraid for many reasons, right? There was, I think, at first the fear of failure, because I am generally quite a high achiever. I want to do things excellently. And I just didn't think that I was in a space where I could do it well. And I don't know why. I don't know where these thoughts came from, just the self-doubt. So definitely a fear of failure. I was like, what if I do it and the channel doesn't blow up, or no one watches the content, or I'm just super cringe about it? So there were just all these self-doubt, all these thoughts, all these fears. So, and then the second thing was definitely fear of being vulnerable, because I understood, I am an avid YouTube watcher. YouTube is my platform of choice. Like, I can delete Instagram. I don't do TikTok. And what, Facebook? Facebook's still alive. But I can remove every platform, but give me YouTube. I will stay on YouTube. It's just such an incredible platform. And I love what YouTube brings. But I also understand that not just YouTube, that content requires vulnerability. It requires you to bring of yourself. It requires you to be open in a way to connect with your audience. But also, if you're really wanting to add real value, I think authenticity is really important. So you can't fake it. I don't think you can come on here and play a persona, because people are going to see through that very easily. And one thing I've learned is that people connect with authenticity more than anything. You might not have the most professional setup, but if you are authentic and that people can relate with you, people like you for who you are, not for who you're portraying, then something's going to stick, right? But I just was so scared to be vulnerable. I mean, this is me opening myself up to the world, essentially, right? Because YouTube isn't just my little community here in South Africa or in Cape Town who are going to watch the videos. It is worldwide. And I think the thought of having so many eyes on me just freaked me out. But at the same time, I really had to weigh it against what is the cost of invisibility? So I don't put myself out there. And then what? I may never get to tap into whatever hidden potential I have within me, not just to make this platform work and not just to make this channel work, but really just to grow as an individual, right? Because I think there's really something about this art of YouTube content creation, specifically long form content, right? That forces you into growth. And so I thought, okay, I'm really terrified of coming out here and being vulnerable with the world, but it's a price I'm willing to pay, because I believe that there's something here. I believe that there's so much potential, not just in the YouTube content creation space, but for myself, just to grow as an individual, to grow as a speaker, to connect with people, to connect in stimulating and enriching conversations. And that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do on this channel. So there was the fear of failure, fear of vulnerability. And I suppose the third one is probably tied to fear of vulnerability. It's just the fear of judgment. Really thinking about what people will say. What if people don't like my content? What if people don't really rock with me? So there was just a lot of fear. But finally, I got to a point, and as you do, as one does, you get to a point where you're tired of making excuses, even for yourself. Right? So I got tired of making excuses for myself. I realized I don't need a fancy setup, although I do think my setup is quite nice. Please let me know. But yeah, you don't need a crazy setup. All you need is yourself, your phone, whatever gadgets you have, and to share your thoughts with the world. So yeah, on this channel, I will essentially be going a little deeper about anything and everything. I'm not trying to pigeonhole myself yet. I don't know where this will take me, but I'm so open to the journey. I'm open to growth. I'm open to learning from, the audience and the people that come and join me on this journey. I'm just open to growing and glowing. So yeah, this is the start. I know it was all over the place, but I hope it encourages someone that if I could delay this for 5 years and finally start, you can too. And you don't have to delay for 5 years, okay? You have everything within you to start. You have ideas. I think the minute that you feel so deeply convicted to do something, you have to listen. You have to listen to that voice. It's telling you something. And I couldn't ignore it anymore. I knew that there is a reason. I now know and I now feel that there's a reason that I got this conviction so strongly to start this channel. It wasn't just a random, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. I really deeply felt that this is something I needed to do. So yeah, I'm really excited to finally get started. I'm looking forward to the journey. And yeah, I would love for you to join me on this journey of growing, of glowing, of looking at society with a microscope and really going a little deeper. Let's go a little deeper. The world is just too surface level. Let's go a little deeper.